Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my first ever bottle of Samuel Smith's. Now, I might be playing with the truth a little bit there, but this is certainly my first bottle that I'm reviewing, and actually I'm pretty sure, well, I've only knowingly had Sam Smith's once before, and that was a strawberry lager, which, well, I didn't review because, well, strawberry lager, I didn't think that was going to be much good. And actually, it was pretty fantastic. So anyway, I'm going to right those wrongs now and get into a massive bottle of this from Sam Smith's, their organic chocolate stout. No messing around on this one then, because I am very excited to get into this. Let's have a quick look at that bottle. It's a glorious, massive 550ml bottle for reasons unbeknown to myself, but on the front there, that kind of traditional Sam Smith style organic chocolate stout. It's a beautiful bit of artwork there. It's subtle but absolutely classic. Heaps of info on the back of the bottle there. There you go, 550ml, 5% beer, loads of info which we'll get into a bit later. But yeah, let's do this. Being 550ml, I'm not going to quite get it all into a pint glass with the head as well, especially if you pour it like that, Tom. Anyway, but I mean, in the glass, if someone rocked up at a bar and plopped that down in front of me, other than the bubbly head because it came out of a bottle, well, I think I'd be pretty pleased. If we look up to the light through it, oh, that is a stout. That is so there is a 1 ml band of red around the outside of this glass, and that might even just be the way the glass is shaped that's causing it, because trying to look through any other part of this beer and it is pitch black. That tiny bit of light I can see, it's kind of deep amber coloured, so slightly red hue to it, but not much. But yeah, cracking, one finger. I think you could call that an off-white head. It's not quite dark enough to be anything else, but yeah, stunning looking thing. So, aromas. Wow. Okay. I need to point out at this point, my local brewery, whose glass I happen to be using, Blue Monkey, they're a dab hand at the stouts. Their main stout range is called Gorilla, and they do a chocolate Gorilla that, I'll be honest, might be my favourite stout ever. It is just, oh, it is just there. And this aroma just takes me back to that point. They don't actually sell it in just the chocolate form very often, and oh yeah, this is bringing back some good memories, even though it's not the same beer, but we're making a good start. But other than being generally fantastic, the aroma on this is, as you would imagine, big, chocolatey, but it's milk chocolate. It's not too sweet, but it's not bitter either. It definitely feels a little soft, a few vanilla notes, even a hint of white chocolate in there, possibly. It smells like it's going to be very sweet, but not necessarily sickly. The head on it is dissipating at an alarming rate now, so I think we just need to get into this. Let's do it. Cheers, everyone. Ooh, I'm a happy boy. Recently, in the comment sections of my videos, I've noticed a bit of a revival. And people go, look, I know you're trying that, but have you seen what Sam Smiths do? And I'm like, all right, I get it. Maybe you're local, maybe you're whatever. I do it as well. I do the same thing. People put something off like, yeah, that's good, but have you tried what this person's doing? It's a bit better. They weren't wrong. That is absolutely sublime. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not perfect, and I'm not instantly turned away from my hometown hero here. But it is a very, very good beer. Yeah, let's go through a top to bottom taste test so you can understand exactly what's going on and why I'm just so pleased about it. So initially, mild carbonation, slightly more intense possibly than most kind of big, rich chocolatey stouts, but you wouldn't say it was full on. There's a lingering subtle sweetness, but it's really not quite clear straight away what that's going to be. First third of the tongue, it's those lighter, sweeter notes, the vanilla, the white chocolate, that kind of super milky, lactose-enriched, just almost hyper-natural sweetness. But the problem there, as you can probably tell, is the word hyper-natural. It maybe goes a bit beyond. It's maybe a little bit too sweet in places, but hey, there's definitely a space for that from time to time. And then mid-palate, you get a bit of traditional stout bitterness. It dries the tongue out a little. There's a few hints as well to some more, again, kind of regular stout flavours. A hint towards some coffee, maybe some licorice. They're not big, they're not brash. It's just a few kind of reminders of what the base beer is. And then as it gets to the back, again, bitter drying continues. On the swallow, actually, it's not massively flavourful. Don't get me wrong, there's not nothing there. There's still some chocolate. There's still some mild, very sweet coffee notes. But then, as you let it sit in and rest, big, sweet, rich, think like Belgian milk chocolate, really just takes over in the aftertaste. It's a bit delayed, but it's there, and it's, oh yeah. I mean, it's almost like the aftertaste of hot chocolate almost. It's that rich, it's that intense, and it is absolutely delicious. But I do have two minor complaints. One is that for me personally, it is possibly a little too sweet. I could not drink more than that bottle, right? It is delicious as a result of it, but that one big bottle, I don't want any more. It is just a fraction too sweet for my palate. A lot of people will love it, I have no doubt, but for me, yeah, just a touch overboard. And the other thing is, it tastes like this big, rich, indulgent, as I say, melted chocolate, milk chocolate, almost super luxe experience, and, well, it's a bit washy. Right, it is a thin beer. I mean, it is 5% on the nose. We're not expecting huge, massive, rich things, but maybe, just maybe, that could have been improved a little bit. Now, I know I spoke a lot about this being kind of lactosey milk sweetness. This is actually a vegan-friendly beer, so there won't be any lactose in it, but it's got that kind of feel. However, as a personal preference thing, some lactose in this in place of some of the other sweetness in there might have just helped balance this out on both sides of the coin, really, both in terms of the body and reducing a bit of the kind of sugary sweet intensity with some slightly more natural notes. But other than that, it is an absolutely delicious, delicious beer. Right then, let's take a quick look at the bottle first. I'm going to top this up. So on the front, organic Samuel Smith's organic chocolate stout. It says product of the UK, Samuel Smith Old Brewery, Tadcaster, North Yorkshire. Samuel Smith's organic chocolate stout, brewed with well water (brackets the original well sunk in 1758), is still in use with the hard water drawn from 85 feet underground. Well, you don't have well water beer every day. The gently roasted organic chocolate malt and organic cocoa extract imparted delicious, smooth and creamy character with inviting deep flavours and a delightful finish. This is the perfect marriage of satisfying stout and luxurious chocolate, best served at 11 degrees. My beer fridge is set to about 7 or 8 and it's been out of the fridge for nearly an hour. It's quite warm in here, so I'm not going to say this was bang on the money, but this was maybe a degree or two, maybe 3 lower than expected, I guess. But I mean, trying to keep something at 11 degrees in this country is pretty difficult. Other than actually, I just realised it was probably 11 degrees outside today, so maybe I should have stuck it out there. The ingredients on this are water, organic malted barley, organic cane sugar, yeast, organic hops, organic cocoa extract, and CO2 for the carbonation. One thing that's shouting out to me there is the organic cane sugar. This has got sugar in addition to the base malts, and in general, in brewing terms, that's not really considered a great thing. In an imperial stout where you're trying to get massive, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus ABV scores, then, well, it's pretty much necessary. You have to feed it some raw sugar, otherwise it'd just be too rich. But in this, in a little 5%er, that I'm not keen on, and I think that probably shows it in the complaints I had about this beer as well. That said though, it's vegan friendly, it's got all of the accolades, the Soil Association, it's fully organic, and it tastes absolutely wonderful. And despite those little reservations about it, I would absolutely buy another one because, as I say, I can only drink one at a time, but that is truly very, very nice indeed. And that is all I've got to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe if you will be so kind. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.